Exploring the Moon, 15 Astonishing Facts about China's Conquest. Did you know that right now, on the mysterious surface of the Moon, China is quietly rewriting human history? Not only have they taken the first steps on the far side of the Moon, but they are also mining treasures that could change the future of energy, break all encryption on Earth, and even lay the groundwork for space bases. It's a story of ambition, mystery, and discoveries that leave the whole world in awe. From helium-3, the fuel of the future, to 4.2 billion-year-old rock samples, China is transforming the Moon from a romantic symbol into a strategic battlefield of the 21st century. Are you ready to explore the incredible truths about China's lunar conquest? Join us on a journey into space with 15 amazing facts, where science, technology, and geopolitics intertwine in a dramatic narrative. If you're captivated by the mysteries of the universe or concerned about the future of humanity, keep reading, you won't want to miss it. 1. The far side of the Moon, where China made history. The Moon, Earth's silent companion, has long been a source of inspiration for poetry, mythology, and cosmic dreams. But did you know that the far side of the Moon, the region never visible from Earth, is becoming China's playground? In 2019, China's Chang'e-4 mission made history by becoming the first nation to successfully land on the far side of the Moon. This was not just a technological leap, but also a bold statement that China is leading the new space race. The far side of the Moon, often mistakenly called the dark side, isn't dark at all. It receives sunlight just like any other part of the Moon. What makes it special is that we can't see it from Earth due to the tidal locking phenomenon, which causes the Moon to always show us the same face. To communicate with this region, China launched the Keiqiao relay satellite to the L2 Lagrange point, a position of gravitational balance between Earth and the Moon. Thanks to this, they can transmit signals from the far side back to Earth, an unprecedented feat. The Chang'e-4 mission deployed the U-2 rover in the von Karman crater, part of the South Pole Aitken Basin, one of the largest and oldest impact craters on the Moon, with a diameter of about 2,500 kilometers. Here, U-2 has explored samples from the lunar mantle, the deepest layer ever accessed by humans. These discoveries not only shed light on the Moon's origin but also raise questions about the Big Splash theory, the hypothesis that the Moon formed from a giant collision between Earth and a Mars-sized planet. Want to know more about what China is doing on the far side of the Moon? Leave a comment with the number 1, and we'll share more exciting details. 2. Helium-3, the energy treasure of the future. Imagine a clean energy source, producing no radioactive waste, capable of powering the entire world for thousands of years. That's not science fiction, that's helium-3, a rare isotope with the potential to change humanity's future. And guess who's leading the charge to mine it? China. Helium-3 is a cosmic treasure, delivered to the Moon by solar wind over billions of years. Earth, with its protective magnetic field, blocks most helium-3, making it extremely scarce here. But on the Moon, which has no magnetic field or atmosphere, helium-3 accumulates in the regolith, lunar soil, in vast quantities. According to estimates from Chang'e-1 mission data and international studies, the Moon holds about 660,000 tons of helium-3, with 370,000 tons on the near side and 290,000 tons on the far side. What makes helium-3 so special? Unlike uranium or plutonium, nuclear fusion with helium-3 doesn't produce free neutrons, meaning no ionizing radiation or dangerous radioactive waste. Just 200 tons of helium-3 would be enough to power the entire United States for a year, equivalent to hundreds of millions of barrels of oil, but cleaner, safer, and with no greenhouse gas emissions. China has confirmed the presence of helium-3 in the mineral change site Y, found in samples from the Chang'e-5 mission. This is the first step towards a space-based energy economy. But there's a catch: helium-3 fusion reactor technology is still in the research phase, with projects like ITER, Europe, and Spark, USA, projected to achieve commercial breakthroughs only after 2045. If China successfully mines helium-3 first and develops this technology, they could shape the future of global energy. How do you think that would change the world? Share your thoughts in the comments with the number 2. 3. New mineral change site Y, the gem of the Moon. In 2022, the scientific world was stunned when China announced the discovery of a brand new mineral on the Moon, named Change Site Y. This isn't just a rock, it's a symbol of scientific progress and immense economic potential. Found in samples from the Chang'e-5 mission in the Oceanus Procellarum, Ocean of Storms region, Change Site Y is a transparent, columnar phosphate mineral that contains helium-3, the future fuel we just discussed. What makes this mineral special? This is the first time helium-3 has been found within a stable mineral structure on the Moon, opening up the potential for more efficient mining. With a size of only a few micrometers, the discovery of intertwine in hundreds of grams of lunar soil demonstrates China's superior analytical capabilities for extraterrestrial materials. This is the third time in history a nation, after the US and the Soviet Union, has found a new mineral on another celestial body, and the first on the moon in the 21st century. Intertwine is not just a scientific marvel but also a signal for a new race, space resource mining. While other nations are still dreaming of returning to the moon, China already possesses samples containing this mineral and is researching how to use it. Do you think this is the beginning of a space economy? Leave a comment with the number 3 to share your opinion. 4. Water on the moon, a future-changing discovery. Water, the source of life for humanity, was once thought not to exist on the moon. But China changed that. The Chang'e 5 mission, which landed in the Rumker Dome volcanic region in 2020, detected water molecules, H2O, in a new mineral called ULM-1. Astonishingly, this water wasn't at the bottom of cold, dark craters, but right on top of a volcano, where scientists least expected it. What does this discovery mean? Water on the moon is not only essential for sustaining life in future space bases but can also be split into oxygen for breathing and hydrogen for rocket fuel. This makes the construction of permanent lunar bases more feasible than ever. Previously, we thought water only existed as separate hydrogen and oxygen in the lunar soil, but finding complete H2O has opened a new chapter in plans for extraterrestrial settlement. China is using these discoveries to lay the groundwork for the International Lunar Research Station, ILRS, an ambitious project aimed at creating a permanent base on the moon. Can you imagine a day when humans live on the moon just like on Earth? Comment with the number 4 to share your thoughts. 5. The moon lived longer than we thought. The moon is often described as a dead planet, a cold, geologically inactive rock for billions of years. But China has proven otherwise. The Chang'e 6 mission, which landed on the far side of the moon in 2024, brought back volcanic rock samples only 2.8 billion years old, much younger than the 3+ billion-year-old samples collected by Apollo astronauts. They even found a basalt fragment 4.2 billion years old, the oldest ever directly collected. What does this mean? The moon maintained volcanic activity for much longer than the Big Splash theory predicted. According to this theory, the moon, being much smaller than Earth, should have cooled rapidly after its formation. But the younger rock samples show the moon was still alive and geologically active billions of years later. This discovery forces scientists to reevaluate our understanding of the thermal evolution and internal structure of airless celestial bodies. Do you think these discoveries will change how we view other planets? Leave a comment with the number 5 to share your perspective. 6. Quantum computers and the Helium-3 race. Imagine a world where all encryption, from Bitcoin to blockchain, from military codes to banking data, could be broken in seconds. That's the prospect quantum computers could bring, and China is getting closer to that reality thanks to Helium-3. According to documents, Helium-3 is key to cooling quantum computers to near absolute zero, around 80 millikelvin, where molecules nearly stop moving, creating ideal conditions for quantum computation. Quantum computers aren't just faster than conventional supercomputers, they could revolutionize sensors, communication, and computation. If China mines enough helium-3 from the moon and develops efficient cooling technology, they could surpass other nations in the quantum race. This would not only affect technology but also global security, as all encrypted secrets could potentially be cracked. What do you think will happen if China leads in this field? Share your opinion in the comments with the number 6. 7. The different far side, a lunar mystery. Did you know that the far side of the moon looks completely different from the near side we see every night? While the near side has vast lava plains, called Maria, the far side is riddled with impact craters and has less volcanic rock. China's Chang'e 4 and Chang'e 6 missions have revealed that the soil and rocks on the far side are lighter in color, thicker and stickier in texture, with more large clumps compared to samples from the near side. This difference poses a big question: why are the two sides of the moon so different? Scientists once thought the far side cooled faster because it wasn't affected by Earth's heat, but younger rock samples from Chang'e 6 suggest the opposite. These discoveries are shaking old hypotheses and opening up new mysteries about the moon's formation, and possibly Earth's too. Are you curious about what China will find next on the far side? Leave a comment with the number 7. 8. Lunar bases, humanity's future. While the world is still dreaming of returning to the moon, China has begun building the infrastructure for space bases. The International Lunar Research Station, ILRS, is an ambitious project to create a permanent base on the lunar surface, supported by robotic missions like Chang'e 4-5 and 6. These missions not only collect samples but also test technologies needed to sustain life beyond Earth. The discovery of water in the ULM-1 mineral and helium-3 in intertwine are the first steps to making lunar bases a reality. Water can be used for drinking, producing oxygen, and creating fuel. Helium-3 could power these bases for centuries. China is leading the way in building a space economy, and the ILRS could become a symbol of humanity's long-term presence on the moon. How long do you think it will be before humans live on the moon? Share your opinion with the number 8 in the comments. 9. The Moon and Earth's Origins. The moon isn't just a satellite, it could be the key to understanding Earth's origins. Rock samples from the lunar mantle, collected by the Yutu-2 rover during the Chang'e 4 mission, provide clues about how the moon formed. The Big Splash theory suggests the moon was created from a giant collision between Earth and a Mars-sized planet 4.5 billion years ago. But younger rock samples and chemical differences between the near and far sides are challenging this theory. By studying rock samples from the far side, China is helping scientists better understand the formation history of the moon and Earth. These discoveries could change how we view the origin of our solar system. Want to know more about the connection between the moon and Earth? Leave a comment with the number 9. 10. China, leader in the new space race. The 20th century space race was about speed, who could set foot on the moon first. But the 21st century is about long-term vision, and China is leading the way. With successive Chang'e missions, they are not just exploring the moon but building a sustainable strategy, collecting data, mining resources, and developing infrastructure. While America's Artemis program faces budget and schedule difficulties, China has brought back new lunar samples, something no nation has done since the 1970s. They aren't chasing glamorous moments but are building a foundation for the future of space. From helium-3 to water, from mantle rock samples to the ILRS base, China is shaping a new era where the moon is not just a destination, but a strategic platform. Who do you think will win this space race? Leave a comment with the number 10. 11. The mystery of von Karman crater. The von Karman crater, where Chang'e 4's Yutu-2 rover landed, is one of the most fascinating regions on the moon. Located within the South Pole Aitken Basin, this crater has a diameter of 180 kilometers and is part of the oldest impact basin, nearly 2,500 kilometers wide. What makes it special? The impact that created this crater penetrated up to 13 kilometers into the lunar crust, exposing rock samples from the mantle, the deepest layer ever accessed. These samples, containing olivine and pyroxene, are the moon's geological record, holding information about events, impacts, and thermal processes from its early history. China has opened a door to better understanding the moon's 4 billion-year history. Are you curious about other mysteries in this crater? Leave a comment with the number 11. 12. The mysterious cube on the moon. In 2021, China's Yutu-2 rover captured a shocking image, a cube-like structure on the far side of the moon. For weeks, the world buzzed, wondering if it was a moon rock or even a sign of extraterrestrial life. Eventually, it turned out to be just a rock, with light and shadow creating a cube effect due to the camera's low resolution. Though just a rock, this story captivated millions worldwide, showing the allure of lunar mysteries. It also demonstrated China's ability to stir public curiosity. What did you first think it was when you heard about this cube? Share in the comments with the number 12. 13. China's long-term strategy. Unlike the 20th century space race, where the US and the Soviet Union competed for quick points, China is playing a long game. Each Chang'e mission is not just a trip, but a brick in a larger strategy, turning the moon into a platform for energy, data, and infrastructure. From the Keiqiao satellite to farside rock samples, China is building an autonomous space ecosystem. They aren't just seeking science, they are shaping a space economy where helium-3, water, and advanced technologies will determine who leads in the 21st century. How do you think this strategy will change the world? Leave a comment with the number 13. 14. Challenging the Big Splash theory. The Big Splash theory, the hypothesis that the moon formed from a giant impact, has dominated science for decades. But samples from China are shaking this theory. Younger rock samples, 2.8 billion years, and chemical differences between the near and far sides suggest the moon may have been geologically active longer and more complexly than we thought. These discoveries not only change how we understand the moon but also other planets in the solar system. If the moon lived longer than predicted, then other celestial bodies might also hold similar secrets. Do you think we'll soon be rewriting textbooks about the solar system? Share your opinion with the number 14. 15. The future of energy and global security. Helium-3 isn't just fuel, it's a strategic weapon. If China develops helium-3 fusion technology first, they could control the largest clean energy source in history. Furthermore, the ability to cool quantum computers with helium-3 could help them break all encryption, from financial to military, shifting the global balance of power. The moon is no longer a romantic dream, it's a new battlefield where nations compete for resources, data, and influence. China has taken the lead with its Chang'e missions and ILRS plan. The question isn't who will conquer the moon, but when the future arrives, who will be ready? What do you think humanity will do with these opportunities? Leave a comment with the number 15 and share your thoughts. We've just explored 15 astonishing facts about China's journey to conquer the moon, from helium-3 to water, from new minerals to mysteries about Earth's origin. Each discovery is not just a scientific step forward, but also a brick in the future of humanity. China is shaping a new era where the moon is not just a destination, but a platform for energy, technology, and power. Thank you for following this journey to the end. If you found these facts fascinating, please like, comment, and share to spread the story of the moon. Which of China's missions do you want to know more about? Or are you curious about what will happen if helium-3 becomes the world's primary fuel? Leave the corresponding number in the comments, and we'll bring even more exciting details in the future. See you on our next journey into the cosmos.